Europeans came to America seeking new opportunities. Some sought riches, while others desired religious freedom. They arrived on a new continent and encountered diverse Native American tribes. Life was hard for early colonists. They built settlements from scratch and faced challenges from the environment and conflicts with Native Americans. Over time, 13 colonies were established along the Atlantic coast. These colonies relied on agriculture and trade and were governed by England from afar. The colonists valued their freedoms and resented increasing control from England. Tensions grew over taxes and representation. The colonists protested against British rule, boycotted British goods, and even clashed with British troops. In 1775, the War for Independence began. The colonists formed the Continental Army, led by General George Washington. After years of fighting, the colonists defeated the British. They declared their independence on July 4, 1776. This date is celebrated as Independence Day in the USA. The newly formed nation grew rapidly and expanded westward, acquiring new territories. The United States Constitution was adopted in 1789, establishing a new government with 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. However, a major issue divided the nation: slavery. The South relied on enslaved Africans for labor on plantations, while the North opposed slavery. This difference led to the Civil War in 1861. After 4 years of bloody conflict, the North emerged victorious, and slavery was abolished. The nation then began the long process of healing and reconstruction. The late 19th century saw rapid industrial growth. New technologies emerged, such as the telephone and electricity. Factories were built and cities expanded. People moved from rural areas to urban centers for work. This period also saw the rise of big business and corporations, which wielded significant economic and political power. The gap between the rich and the poor widened. Social reformers and labor unions emerged, fighting for workers' rights and better working conditions. Progressive reforms aimed to address social and economic inequalities. Section 5. World at War. The 20th century brought new challenges. The United States became involved in World War I in 1917. The war ended in 1918. After the war, the U.S. experienced economic prosperity known as the Roaring Twenties. However, the Great Depression followed in the 1930s. The U.S. entered World War II in 1941. The war ended in 1945 with the Allied victory. The United States emerged from the war as a global superpower. It played a key role in shaping the post-war world. Section 6. Civil Rights and Equality. The mid-20th century was marked by the Civil Rights Movement. African Americans struggled for equality and an end to segregation. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. emerged. They advocated for nonviolent resistance. Through protests, boycotts, and legal challenges, they achieved significant victories. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 aimed to overcome legal barriers that prevented African Americans from exercising their right to vote. Section 7. Cold War Confrontation. After World War II, the U.S. entered a period of geopolitical tension with the Soviet Union known as the Cold War. This was an ideological conflict between communism and capitalism. It led to an arms race and proxy wars around the world. The U.S. played a leading role in containing the spread of communism. It supported countries fighting communist insurgencies. The Cold War era was marked by fear of nuclear war. It also saw the rise of the military-industrial complex. Section 8. A New Millennium. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked the end of the Cold War. The U.S. emerged as the sole superpower. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw rapid technological advancements. The internet and digital technologies transformed communication and commerce. The U.S. faced new challenges, including terrorism. The 9/11 attacks in 2001 had a profound impact on the country. They led to the War on Terror and military interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq. The U.S. also grappled with issues like economic inequality, climate change, and political polarization. Section 9. America's Place in the World. Today, the U.S. remains a global power. It has a significant influence on the world stage. However, its role is evolving in a multipolar world. Other countries are rising in economic and political power. The US continues to face challenges both domestically and internationally. Its future will be shaped by how it addresses these challenges and adapts to a changing world. The story of the United States is still being written. Its legacy will depend on the choices made by future generations.